Greetings and thank you for joining me on the Vision Victor channel and FutureMoneyTrends.com. Today is Memorial Day on May 30th, and I wanted to give everybody a quick gold and silver update. We are seeing a pullback in the precious metals, a correction. On May 5th, I emailed out to everybody at FutureMoneyTrends.com and posted on the website on May 6th that we anticipated a correction was overdue. I remember going to Carlsbad in late April, talking to some of the top resource investors, guys like Rick Rule, Maren Katusa, Keith Neumeier, and all three of them said, look, it needs to have a correction. It'll be healthy for the bull market. You go back to December of 2015, nice saucer-shaped bottom, and you've seen a total uptrend in this entire sector. Gold and silver is still some of the best performing assets of the year. I expect that to continue. You look at suggestions like First Majestic Silver that we gave to you in January. That was literally the best performing stock on the Toronto Exchange. It also trades on the NYSE. These stocks are still hated. They're in an uptrend. They're 20% off their bottoms. The GDXJ, which tracks the junior mining sector, precious metals, was up 92% year to date. We have a strong support area at $19, and that would still be 15% of a further decline. Although I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to seesaw until about June 15th with this Fed decision. And then I think it's off to the races again. I think this is just really a chance for institutions who missed this massive run up. I mean, you got companies like Barrick and Newmont up in the hundreds of percent since September. Major institutions who missed these big moves, they're entering into these deals. You look at the financings across the board. The money is coming into this sector in a big way. And yes, there is some profit taking going on right now. It's very normal. If you look at any other gold or silver or precious metal mining share bull market, whether it's in the 90s, the 80s, 70s, or early 2000s, this is a very, very normal. And I think it just goes to show how deep and how bad the bear market was, that there's so much fear of the sector as soon as it just has a meaningful, small but meaningful pullback in a bull market, in a new bull market. And so many people just ready to throw in the towel, and it's just unbelievable. But that just means the opportunity is greater for everybody who really sees what's happening in the sector. It's completely turned around. And I'm not just saying that because the precious metals are up or because the juniors are up by so much. I'm looking at the money flowing into the sector. More money has flowed into the sector in the past 6 months than the past 4 years. This is a really big deal because volume, money, inflow of capital is what ultimately is going to move these shares higher. And this is still very, very early in the game. And you look at a 1-year chart or you look at a 30-year chart, this is very normal, or you overlap it with previous charts. Last week, there was a company that we wanted to profile, K92 Mining. It IPO'd. So despite us saying we didn't want to do any new gold stocks for the month of May, the last full week of May, we did profile K92. You can find that company's information at FutureMoneyTrends.com/gold IPO. This is like the biggest no-brainer in the gold sector right now. It trades for about $1 Canadian. They just got a US symbol like the last hour of trading on Friday, KNT TF. So you can look at KNT NF. KNT NF trades on the TSX Venture under KNT. But here's the deal. You've got Barrick Gold, who in the bull market bought an exploration project near Australia for $142 million. And then they put $140 million of investment capital in it. And then during the bear market, at the depth of the bear market, the spring of 2015, they sold this project to K92 Mining for $2 million. Now, Barrick Gold had purchased the property for its exploration potential. K92 purchased the property for the exploration potential and the small mine. It is a small mine in the world of Barrick. However, it could make K92 Mining a mid-tier gold producer within 12 months. They will be producing within weeks. within weeks, this is going to be a gold producer. They're going to use the they're going to use the production profits because their cash cost is around $600 to $700 per ounce of gold. They're going to use the profits from their gold production to explore this property. It's very large, it's high-grade gold, rare situation. They happen to have the guy who helped Barrick coordinate this deal. He left Barrick. He's on K92 now. The guy who discovered the largest gold deposit in history, he's with K92 now. So you have a situation where you've got like the most seasoned mine developers and the best exploration people, and it's perfect. You have the mine that's going into production, and you have the blue sky exploration. Make no doubt, you heard K92 Mining here on futuremoneytrends.com or the Vision Victory channel. Every newsletter in the entire space will pick this thing up within the next 3 to 4 or 5 months here. This is going to be a darling of the precious metal sector. In fact, it reminds me a lot of like an Endeavor Silver or a First Majestic Silver, where here you have a company that is birthed out of the bear market. It's acquired some very good assets, way advanced stage assets, and right at the bottom of this thing, at the birth of the bull market, it is going to be ramping up. This is a royal flush as far as I'm concerned when it comes to gold stocks and gold shares. So the gold market, we'll keep you updated. I look forward to the summer being a buying opportunity. But, after June 15th, the Fed is either going to raise rates, which everyone's baked into the cake. The last time they raised rates, that's essentially when gold marked its bottom and the gold bull market started. Interest rates going up is not a threat to gold. It's in the 70s, interest rates were going up throughout that decade, and gold went from $35 to $850 per ounce. On the flip side of that, I think what's more likely is the Fed doesn't raise rates. I think they back out of that. And when the market realizes that the Fed is really just fluffing up the market with this interest rate hike talk and then backs out of it and says, oh, we're going to kick the can to July, I think you'll see a huge move in the precious metals from there. So I think right now we're going into a win-win situation. The pullback was perfectly timed. We've got the Fed decision coming up in 2 weeks. I think we'll seesaw between now and then, but there is a good buying opportunity because we just did a conference with Miles Franklin in Houston. A lot of people approached me. They felt like they had missed out. One guy, and if you're watching this, I love you, flew from San Diego to Houston to tell me hello and shake my hand because he said he made $80,000 on First Mining Finance and Brazil Resources this year alone. And there were dozens of others that I spoke to. If you're watching this video, everybody who had made a tremendous amount of money, and I'm very happy everybody's making a lot of money. We partnered with the right people. It's very important in this sector. You don't need to own 10 stocks. You don't even need to own 5 or 6. Pick a few very good people with good companies, of course, but good people aren't not going to have good companies. But focus on these people. Really, 90% of your effort should be focusing on just partnering with the right people. If they have a good project, they have good people around them, they have the assets and the cash coming in, the rest of it will sort itself out. I really mean that. You really have to focus on the people at the very top. That's the most important for anybody who wants to speculate in this sector. One final note. If you're buying gold and silver because you're looking for protection, then I suggest physical metal. When I talk about these mining shares, I'm talking about pure speculation, but I think we're going to have a lot more fun than the physical guys. I think physical is great for saving. It's great for insurance. But when it comes to speculating right now, man, if there's a sector that a lot of you understand and know is the precious metals, this sector is about to go ballistic, and it's just coming out of the worst bear market. So really, I think the setup here is enormous for investors. You guys have a great day, great week. Talk to you soon.